Hi, Fashion Dolls. Did y'all miss me? It is Wednesday, October 22nd, and it's a few more days left in the month until my birthday, Halloween, October 31st, and I'm super excited. Are y'all excited as I am? I took a little break, a well-needed break, and I'm still taking a break, but I'm back today, Fashion Dolls. We had a show scheduled for yesterday, but here's what happened. My guest, she had to be on set. And you know how it is when you're an actress and when you are on set, you have to be called in and you have to go when that director or that producer says, okay, we need you. It's your time to shoot. But I'm back and I'm so happy to be back with my very special guest today. I'm super excited to welcome her here. So without further ado, let me send her this live so that we can dive right into it. Okay, Fashion Dolls? All right. Let me share this with her. Boom. And we're here, and she's here. So, without further ado, let's welcome my very beautiful, very special guest. She is an actress. She is a self-tape coach. She is a mentor. And I'm super excited to welcome her. Please welcome, as we come into the dollhouse with the beautiful Kiara Rashawn.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm doing good. It's so nice to see you.
You too. It is such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So before we kick off this interview, how has 2025 been for you thus far?
You know what? I can't complain at all. 2025 has definitely been hit me with some blessings. It's been a good year so far. It's been good. I mean, we've always got our ups and downs, but it's been a good year.
And it seems like it's never ending. And I said this to one of my guests before I went into hiatus, before I took a little break. I said that 2025 is the year because every year we start off, it is a new opportunity, it's a new blessing, it is a new beginning. And we're always having to regroup, recenter, and refocus. And when I started off introducing you, I said I had to take a little break because I had a show slated for yesterday and Monday. And that was the perfect time for me to just like, okay, it's time for me to regroup and we'll get
Mhm.
into soft girl era because I have to ask, what do you do to protect your peace and stay sane? And a lot of us as black women, we all have these questions like, what can we do in this time when it's like we're under attack? But we'll get into that later. But
Absolutely.
let's start at the beginning of your journey, girl. Now you're Atlanta based, but you are originally from Seattle,
You
Washington.
know,
So
you know it from the West Side.
tell us, what was it like growing up in Seattle, Washington as an actress, as a young black woman? Because growing up for me, we all have had inspiration that we saw on television or just, you know, flipping through magazines. Who was
Right.
it for you? What actress was it for you that said, okay, wow, she is it? If she's doing this is something that I want to dive into.
I want the one who just pulled me into acting, who came with the drama, who was someone you wanted to emulate immediately, even from a young age. Angela Bassett. It was
Oh,
Angela Bassett. It was take your shit, get your shit, and get out. Oh,
yep.
her being in with Tina Turner with Ike. It was that made me go, she's amazing. Like, I want to do that. I want to make people feel the same way she made me feel. Like, and that's as a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. So from real young, it was Angela Bassett. But then as a kid, the ones who are like making you go, "Ooh, I can do that too," is like your Raven Simone's. I don't know if you
Oh, yeah.
remember this show that used to come on Nickelodeon, Taina.
Yes.
She went to the art school, and it was her dream to make it big. Taina made me feel like that's what I want to do. I want to go to an art school. I want to train in dancing and acting and do commercials so that I can blow up and be on that level that Angela Bassett is on. So, it was Raven Simone, and I hate that I don't know the actress's name who played Taina, but that show was a big part of making me feel like I could be a young black girl really doing this on a big scale.
You said Tiana is Christina Vidal, and my brother K Tukes. Shout outs
Yes.
to my brother K Tukes, who had the pleasure of interviewing her
Mm.
co-star Latangela Newsome. So y'all make
Yes.
sure y'all go and check out Latangela. She's doing big things out here as well too.
Okay. If you wasn't a young girl putting your name in that song, she said Taina. It was
Yes.
Kiara. Kiara. That I could do it too. I could do it too.
And Christina Vidal, for me, I'm gonna go way back. For me, the black women that I saw on television was Shirley Ralph, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
For sure.
Dreamgirls.
For sure.
Dreamgirls. Of course, Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
Another one I would have to say would be Grace Jones. Because I'm like,
Oh
for
yeah,
both of us being
that
women
statue.
that are of a darker hue, Janet Hubert, Aunt Viv. She was another. I mean, way
Oh yeah.
before she got on The Fresh Prince, a lot of people don't know she had a background in dance and theater. So,
Mm-hmm.
of course, her. And another would be Felicia Rashad. So, Claire
That's
Huxtable. I mean,
classic.
it's so many. These were the women that I saw. Jasmine Guy is another one. When I
Mm-hmm.
saw these
Oh
women on
yeah.
television, I'm like,
Jack
okay,
Guy, all of everyone at Hillman College. That's why I went to an HBCU. Y'all see my HBCU? I
yes, ma'am.
because it was Hillman. I wanted to be a part of Hillman. I wanted to meet the Dwayne Waynes. I wanted to have me one too. it see, representation really does matter. And seeing people who look like you and the things that they're able to accomplish. And it wasn't just seeing them on TV, it was the roles they were playing. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
Viv was a professor. She was educated. She was a strong, educated woman. She wasn't just mom at home. She was out there. She was working. She was doing something. She was making a change. All the women at Hillman, they had goals. They were in school working to achieve something, not just trying to find a husband and get married. They were really in these roles. They were really doing something, and they were strong.
And you portrayed throughout your career, I've noticed this too, you portrayed a lot of powerful women. And each woman has an individual story. And that's a question that I wanted to ask you as well too. Tapping into this role, because I know for every actress, for every actor, you have to go to a place you've never been before. I've seen you cry, I've seen you get mad, and I'm like, okay, I'm with you, sister. And some of your roles, because that is exactly what I'm feeling. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women are feeling that same sentiment as well too,
Oh,
watching you in action. So for you, what takes you to get there in that character mode? And then I know you got to separate, okay, I'm no longer her, but I'm
mm.
her on set. But when I go home, I'm Kiara.
Now, see, the thing with me is I've always been very in touch with my emotions. Very. As a
Ooh.
kid, no, I'm there. I can go there. And on camera, I have done a lot of dying and crying. I'd like to say that, I think I'm funny. I bring some laughs, but for some reason, they be killing me. They be putting me in the drama, in the trauma, and it's because I can go there. It's easy for me to be vulnerable. Now, sometimes some of the things that I tap into might put me in a spot where I do need to take a break, and I might
Ooh.
not be able talk with everybody on set and be, the light that I like to be, because if I'm on set, we're going to have some laughs. But sometimes when we get to those scenes where I really got to tap in and now you're getting these tears out of me and they're not surface level tears, these is coming from back somewhere. Now I need a little break. I can't really joke with you, right at the moment, but I could tap into that at the drop. I could go from laughing and tap into it. It's not as easy to tap out, but I can bring that. And that's just something. My educational background is in psychology. Since a kid, I've been the person people come to and want to tell all their stuff to. So, I went to school to learn how do we handle that? What is it about us? I wanted to learn about our minds and how we work and why we do the things that we do. And that's helped a lot in this acting journey.
And the audience is chiming in. Hi, Carmela, and happy belated birthday. I hope you've had a fabulous birthday. She said, Grace is the bomb back in the day. And Naptown said, is it hard to separate real life from your acting life?
It can be. So I'm a mom of five. I got five babies. I'm the oldest sister. I have three younger sisters. So, I've always had some type of weight. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so easy for me to tap into those characters who are really going through because I've been some places. I've gone through some things and I've got strong women and a strong father in my life that I've watched tap into some emotions. So it's easy for me to separate the character from myself, but sometimes those emotions and those feelings, it can
They
get a
got to
little,
come out. Got to
because
come out.
those are real things. And you don't want to just be acting, you want to be living in that character. So if I'm really living in it, them emotions, whatever we're going through, the struggle, whatever my objective is, whatever I'm trying to obtain, that's something that's real. So that's kind of a little harder to tap out of. But to, just separate, I can go back to Kiara because I got 5 kids I got to get back to. I don't get to stay in that character. I'm mom. I don't get
It's
to.
turn it on, turn it off. And that's method acting. You are amazing at doing that. And I've watched your reels and I'm like, okay, it's something very, very special about her. Like she taps into this character. She goes to this place. And that's the same thing when you've referenced Angela being one of the women that inspires you. That's
Hmm.
something that she does. And the rage and the passion that she feels when she's on camera. You've
Yeah.
mentioned Waiting to Exhale, which I think every black woman growing up, we've
Yeah.
seen it. We were Bernie in some sort of way.
It's
Well, I'm a
some,
little bit of Robin because I wanted to be the pleasure principal. I'm like, okay, I get to walk in a mini skirt.
it, it was all of them had something you wanted to do or tap in,
Yes,
because you wanted to be strong like Bernie and you wasn't gonna take no shit, but you wanted to be beautiful,
yes.
sex appeal like Robin, where you walk into a room and the eyes hit you, but you also wanted to throw down and cook and show that you could pull and keep a man
Gloria,
like
yep.
better. They all gave you a little something. I need a piece of that. I need a piece of that. I need a piece of that.
And for you, it was Angela. And I can tell that Angela has influenced you because of the passion, because of the fire. Whenever you are reciting a line in your reels, it's powerful. You've captured it. And that is the essence that she has. And she even talked to Kiki Palmer about it. And we see Kiki, a lot of
Mm.
people are comparing her to Angela because of the way she acts, and they both look alike. So I'm
Oh yeah.
like, you can
Oh
tell she studied. And I give
yeah.
you another example. Beyonce, we're going to the music side. Beyonce, Blue Ivy. We see how she walks out just like her mom. You can tell Kiki studied
You can see
Angela.
the studying. You definitely see the growth in the study in Blue Ivy. That's beautiful to see, because where she started and what everyone had to say and where she ended was not the same. Nothing was the same, and that's all due to her work and who she was able to model. The
Her
strong woman.
mother and studied that.
Hmm.
And that's what makes a great actress. And you are phenomenal, Kiara, girl. You turn it on like, wow. Oh, she
Thank you.
has such depth.
Oh, she.
And it's another actress that I've interviewed too. You remind me so much of her, and her name is Tika G. And she says, I'm the home girl. I'm the home girl. I'm the best friend. But she plays a lot of serious roles too. But when she's on set, the same thing you do, she does as well too. And
Mhm.
that is, you got to be able to turn it on, you got to be able to turn it off. And be another actress that's capable of doing that is Taraji P. Henson.
Oh yes, I love
And it is
Project.
all about being able to have fun and not take yourself so seriously. Even though the role calls for you to be serious, in that moment when you're on set, like you said, I'm in mode right now. If I'm crying, these are real and this is something that I'm feeling.
Hmm.
But when I turn it off and I'm done with the character, we can laugh, we can have a good time. And you see Taraji, she's played just recently in Straw. Straw, she did a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Proud Mary, she played an assassin, and then
Mm.
we see her in Hidden Figures, like just like you played
Yeah.
an array of women. Her and Angela has also played an array of women, and we feel empowered by watching them. But another for me, I would have to say, and I feel like she doesn't get her flowers enough, would have to be Lynn Whitfield.
Oh yeah, I love Lynn Whitfield. I remember being very young. I couldn't have been, I mean, it had to be before the fourth grade. So I was very young. Going
Mm,
to theater and watching A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with my dad. So this is after the soaps, right? This is well after her soap
yeah.
years. So going and watching A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That woman scared me. She played that damn role so good. For years after anytime I see her pop up, what's she finna do? What do? But every single role she taps into, they say Lynn Whitfield, she might play mean, she might play evil, but she ain't gonna play broke. She ain't gonna.
Mm-mm.
She ain't never been broke. And I love that for her. I love that for her because all her characters are different, but there's like this level of elegance that she brings to every single role. Even when it's a hood role like the Shy. You know, she's spraying them down in the Shy. She come in, she don't with her. Is how she's coming from the Shy. But there's still this level of I'm up here. I'm up here, and you need to come up here. And I love that. I love that about Lynn.
For me, it was Josephine Baker. I'm like, to play a woman that paved the way for us as black women. And to really embody that role, to see her vulnerability, because Josephine was fearless. May she rest in grace.
And
Like,
she had,
she fought for.
because Josephine Baker's life, where she ended up, her mental state and everything towards the end,
Yes.
the range that Lynn Whitfield displayed in just that film alone was.
Powerful. And it
Hmm.
is, and it comes from a place of us as women where we're able to be emotional, to be vulnerable. It's natural. It's natural instinct for us to
And
be and share this part of vulnerability with us,
it's
which brings me
hard
to the
on camera to let that vulnerability really come out, and that's what I do love about acting is that I can show you me and be vulnerable, but you don't know that I'm showing you me and being.
mm,
I can be seen in ways that I don't want to be seen as myself through someone else. I can step into this character and be someone else, and I can show all the things that I'm scared to show as Kiara, that I don't want people to see as Kiara, but I can still pour all those things out and full heartedly give them to you and be vulnerable just by using this character. Because we got to get that stuff out. We have to be vulnerable. And that's what acting allows me to do.
and when that director says, okay, we want you to cry in this scene, we want you to be angry, give me more, or that producer says, give me more, you have no choice but to give me more.
Mm-hmm.
Give that producer what they're looking for. Give it your all. And a lot of actors and actresses, a lot of up and coming producers, filmmakers, they're going to want that special something.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're saying bring your personality as well too. But keep in mind that you're also having to walk in the character's shoes.
Right.
I'm no longer Miss Stevie, or Kiara is no longer Kiara. She's
Mm-hmm.
playing Samantha, or she's playing Claudia, or she's playing whatever character. You have to put on that character's shoes, and you have to be a living, breathing vessel and embodiment and bring that character to life and do exactly as the director tells you. So if they say we want you to cry, we want you to feel it, we want you to think about something. And I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned Kiki Palmer earlier, a few minutes. Uh, for Akilah and the Bee, Angela got her to cry because she said, think about, and we know how precious our moms are to us. And Angela, I was like, oh, Angela, I hope you didn't do that. Because she said it in an interview. She said, think about, what if your mother said to you, you couldn't do this anymore?
Right.
Or I can't do this anymore. How would that make you feel? And she got Kiki to cry in Akilah and the Bee. That
Mm-hmm.
one scene where Lawrence Fishburne said, I can't do it no more, that was the part right there. Angela got her to cry. She said, think about it. You have to go to places mentally.
Every role is going to take you somewhere. And, where you might go, the level of emotions you might have to pour out is always going to differ. Sometimes it's not hard at all. You're like, oh, I got this. This is me every day. I could do that. I could step right into her shoes. And other times it's something that you might have to think and ponder about. Where you have to tap into some things, or you have to recall some things, or you just really have to find a way to connect with that character. Because it could be something that you've never gone through in your life. How do I relate to this? There's something. There's something. Maybe not those exact circumstances, but maybe there's a feeling. You know, maybe there's a relationship. There's something there. You just have to find it. It's up to us to find it. And sometimes maybe there's no connection, and you act. 'Cause that's what you signed up for.
Exactly. And not only that, but you want the audience, us, the viewers, the consumer, to walk up and say either one or two things. They can say, "Ooh, I didn't like your character," or "Wow, I felt that." That's personal to me.
Hmm.
I've interviewed Terry T. Miles, and today is his birthday. Shout outs to Terry T. Miles. He are, and I said, "Yes." This is what I told him when we did our interview. I have to send you that interview, girl. You have to check it out. I said, "Why you always playing these evil, villainous characters? Almost everything from Father May I to tit for tat, you playing these evil characters, Terry. How do you do it?" I was so mad with you. And he said women approached him when he was walking out of the club in DC and they said, "Oh, we don't like you." They
That's a
were
good,
honest about it.
good thing. When you play it so good that people can't stand you, ooh, I can't stand you. That's not even me. That just means that you did your job. That just means that you did your job. So even if it's a character that's gonna make you hate me, I hope that you can't stand her ass. I hope you
And,
can't stand her. Because if that is the outcome, I did it right. I did it right.
and it's so believable too. It has to be believable. And that's what us, the consumers, we have to believe. Like, what is it about this character? But see, every villain has a story. For each of y'all that are watching, every villain has a story. There's
Oh,
always a backstory. And
oh,
we, the viewers, the consumers, we know that. We know that the history of the protagonist in the film, but the antagonist, the villain story never really gets told.
right.
So you have to tap deeper, unless the director or producer that goes back to like a flashback scene. I've
Mm-hmm.
watched a lot of crime shows and they'll go back to, you've done a lot of crime shows as well too.
Mm.
And they'll go back to the, like to the flashback of why is this person so evil?
You know,
And I
a little.
said, Terry, how do you do it?
Sometimes you got to create your own background. It's just relating to your character. When you have someone who's a villain, you're not supposed to play them as a villain. You have to relate to that because that's still a person. So,
Yeah.
you find the humanity in them and you live in their humanity. Don't play until you know, their villainhood or them being a villain. It's not about the negative things because you can't judge your character. You just have to play them honestly. And I
And
think
again,
that's
that sense of vulnerability, because not all villains, they're told to be stoic. They have to be cold, calculated, heartless. Like we've mentioned Lynn Whitfield on The Shy. That she ain't nothing to play with right now, currently on The Shy. She's nothing to play with. She's
and all
beautiful.
villains aren't,
She's deceptive.
and all villains aren't, repelling. Think about you. Joe Goldberg was out there killing girls left and right. We was rooting for Joe. We were rooting for Joe. He was a murderer. All villains are not, it's about finding that humanity, giving the viewers, giving yourself something that you can connect to, something that you can relate to. You never know what might come out.
I'm telling you. And it's a sense of that. It's a sense of that. Now, has the children, because you are a mom of 5 kids,
Hmm.
and have they seen your work and what did they say about it?
They have seen my work. They love to watch stuff with me. Now this last film that I had come out, To Be Free, they can't watch that because, yeah, they're not watching that. Them and my daddy, they can't watch that.
Oh,
Banned from watching that film. But for the most part, the rest they do watch. The kids love to watch it. My older two daughters, I have two sets of twins and a single in the middle. And my oldest two are in high school now, so watching with them, sometimes they give me the side eye. They'll laugh when they hear my real mom come out in some roles. If they see me doing something a little grown, they give me the side eye. You know. Well, my younger ones, they love watching Black Adam still. I'm in that movie for about this quick, but they gonna watch it and they gonna watch it
oh
over
yeah.
and over because mommy is magic and they love that. So they're really supportive. They love to see me on the screen, and it makes my little heart feel good watching them smile at me.
And the support, the love, the camaraderie, knowing and to see them happy, knowing that you're doing what you love, and that's what it's about, is having that village and support system
Oh
around
yeah,
you.
they be
Now,
asking,
I know
can I get in your commercial audition? Sometimes I need a kid. Come over here. We're gonna go brush your hair so you can get in this commercial. We're gonna audition. We're gonna tape.
they tapping into that acting bug already. That was something else I wanted to ask you. They tapping into it.
Oh yeah, every once in a while. Now my youngest, that's the one I really need to get into classes because she's the drama, honey. Kalia is the drama. My oldest two, they were taking classes for a little while. They did some auditioning, had some really close calls with some Disney projects, but right now they're kind of focused in school. They're in MJROTC, and that's really got them right now. So it's nice to see them finding something that they really like and they're tapped into. I say I ain't gonna force it on nobody, but when you're ready to tap in, come make your mama some money, cause they got it.
Yes,
They got
and
twins
we got
are.
to freedom in the business. We got to.
hmm I mean, my oldest are twins. They're fraternal, but they look alike. Most people can't tell them apart. And they didn't tapped into Tia and Tamara. Mom, did you know, girl? Yeah, I watched that show when I was. I knew. Y'all need to tap in so we can, sister. I'll be Lisa.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Being a momager, it's a balance. Like Naptown said in the business, you have to separate being the mom and then being an actress. And I know when 2020 hit for a lot of actors who were on set, being away from your families, it hit a lot of people by surprise. Like we wasn't expecting anything. How did you get through? And then to stay at home, help the kids with their homework, and then be on
Everything.
set. It was the balance. How did you manage?
Oh yeah, 2020 was it was tough. But you know what? We did a lot of just like crafting. We were doing a lot of cooking. I was doing a lot of, we're going to find recipes. I was working out. We were just trying to stay entertained by any and all means. I must have bought so
Yes.
much paint. We did so many eating paint, sipping paints at the house and paint. We was painting all up left and right. I made so many the belly chains, the beaded chain. We was in the jewelry making. We did every little thing just to keep our minds occupied. I was taking classes online, staying tapped into acting any way I could. I was taking classes through maybe like 3 or 4 different places in 2020, just all online, because everybody was like, we're going to do something. That's when Clubhouse was jumping hard. I was on Clubhouse daily, participating in table reads and things like that, building community still, and with the kids, we were just, we had a projector. We were doing movie nights. We were just keeping ourselves moving, keeping ourselves entertained with each other, so we weren't going crazy. We were just finding something to do. And I'm a big craft person. I'm gonna find something to DIY. We're gonna learn something. We're gonna learn something.
And we
You,
got to.
hmm I'm a big YouTube University student. Okay, I might be showing my age a little bit because I don't learn everything from TikTok. I was learning it from YouTube. Well, we gonna pick up some stuff, something, and we did. But you know what? That came out to be a good thing because those connections from Clubhouse and training online turned into opportunities. They turned into forward opportunities. Because I came out of COVID, or, coming out of COVID, I was when I booked my first SAG gig, which was Black Adam. That was my very first SAG role. I was a wizard in Black Adam. And so that was coming out of COVID where we were still getting, swabbed and everything like that. But that was a blessing for me, a big blessing, being on a SAG set as a principal actor for the first time, just being in wardrobe, like it was all new, and it was a blessing that felt like the world has kind of stopped, but God, you still pushing me forward. You know, it was a big blessing. I was coming out, going into coaching, and when that's when I kind of started doing self tapes and taping and putting other people on tape. And so 2020 was a slowdown, but blessings did come out of it. It kind of allowed, I think, a lot of us to really take a hold on what we want, what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go, to really get a grip and sit down and slow down and plan out what's next. What's next?
Absolutely. And it put a pause on everything. I know a lot of actors that were in theater, that were doing, Broadway. A lot of shows were canceled. Some shows, like if you were on set filming, there were guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And as you had to get swabbed, you had to make sure that you distance. And I know that for the parents out there that are actors and actresses, being away from your family, navigating, you've mentioned Clubhouse, a lot of people became so creative, they started doing Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
family Zoom dinners. And I
Yeah.
mean, it just sparked a whole new thing. Self audition tapes, whereas going in person to the roles of that you're
Mm-hmm.
auditioning for, you're having to do it yourself, you're having to film yourself in. That just continued on. How we're currently doing interviews right now. A lot of people have just become so creative. And I think that it
And
is
that was
really helped us.
the self taping was like where people had to do it at home because I was already doing it at home. At that time, I was living in Columbus, Georgia. So I was a good hour and 45 minutes out of the city. And I couldn't afford to drive into the city every single time I needed to tape an audition. I just couldn't. So I started my setup at home. So when COVID hit, I was already, and I was already
Prepared.
at home. I was already prepared. So now I can help her, okay, I could do this. I can help other people. I can tell other people what they need. And I got some information to give you because that's when everybody was like, oh, where'd you get your background? Where'd you get your camera? Where'd you get your lights? What lights are you using? Let me send you a link. Let me send you some links because I got it.
And pass it along. Each one
Hmm.
teach one, pass it forward, and you're helping someone else as well too. Because a lot of actors where auditions would be lined up, the line would be all the way around the curve, and somebody could be going for the same role as you or auditioning for the same role next to lead. And it's like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get this part or not, if I'm gonna,
Hmm.
thank God for that. And I think with a standstill, what it did was it put a pause on the world for a minute. And then when everything reopened back up, that's when the auditions, if you want to do in-person auditions or if you want to send it in, a lot of directors and filmmakers have become so creative saying, okay, it's all on you. Just make sure that it's presentable when you're sending it in. Image is everything, lighting is everything, and that's what's key.
That was the biggest things then you hear. Just make sure we can see you and we can hear you. They started giving a little leeway with the readers. Not everybody is giving that leeway. Know that all casting directors are different. And they'll tell you that it's okay, but that don't necessarily mean that. And it was just things that we all had to know and learn and kind of figure out. But that just when it's for you, when it's important to you, you do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the print is there. Just ask someone. Just
Mm.
ask someone. Just ask someone. Self tape coach. Kiara is also a self tape coach, and that's why we're getting into that part. On another note, girlfriend, you have to tell us these skincare secrets because we're talking about lighting, and I was gonna ask because I am a hair and beauty connoisseur. So,
Okay.
what are some of your beauty secrets because your skin looks flawless?
Okay, first of all, thank you. I receive all of that. Okay, it'd be hard for me because they be telling me the MUAs be like, "Oh, you have such nice skin," and I'm like, "Girl, what are you talking about? And where is it? And show it to me." Uh, but let me tell you, I won't say that I have any like secrets. I have a few products that I use, and I am big on kind of trying stuff because I don't know. I'm not a makeup girly, so like my makeup tricks or whatever I put on is very basic because I don't know. And fake it till you make it. You know how we'll rig some stuff. Yeah, I could make it look good on me. Could I do it to you? Absolutely not. So as far as washing, I've always been big on Clinique. Clinique was like my
Oh,
first foundational everything, like from foundation to even the wash. Clinique always did me good. I have recently moved into Urban Skin RX. Urban Skin RX typically does me well, very well too. Um, right now, I am exfoliating with, I want to say, Peter Thomas Roth. Peter Thomas Roth. They have a really good like exfoliant that I use, and I'm not good at doing it regularly, which is why I say I don't got no secrets because I'm very like I'll do it for like a month, and then it'll be a month where I don't, and then it'll be like a week I do, and a week I don't. Water, drink your waters. I'm getting very much better at that. Water is a big thing. I exfoliate with my Peter Thomas Roth. There's another brand I use, and I can't think of the name of it. I should make one of my kids go bring it from out my bathroom, but I don't want to be on here sounding like somebody mama yelling. But I do use that wash. It's really moisturizing. I want to say it's not Skin RX. That's Urban Skin. I can't think. It's blue. It's something I get from Sephora. I don't know, but it's cute. But makeup wise, because I do have on foundation, I typically don't like to get on camera without at least foundation. Like I said, I'm not a makeup girly, so my makeup is usually very basic. I do foundation. I only recently started to learn how to do concealer. Shout out to Touch by Whitney because she told me to put the little color on there and then put my concealer on. Like I be learning on set. When MUAs touch my face, I'm like, what's that? How you do that? What do I do with that? Because I don't know. I'm 36 and I don't know. I ain't never been a makeup girly. My mama is, my little sisters are. It just skipped me. Okay. I was the more tomboyish one. I don't know. I ain't got it. But Clinique again for foundation because that's my basic, my go-to. That's the first thing I ever used, and it's always did me well. And then there's NARS, which I learned from
Oh,
Tiana.
I love NARS.
Another
Their
MU
cream blush.
well. NARS
Ooh.
does foundation, and the last one that I tried was I want to say was it Lancome? I don't know. I could be lying, but NARS. So I do foundation, a little concealer, which my concealer is probably Elf or NARS, but probably Elf. And then like some, liner. I stamp my brows. This is a stamp because I don't know how to fill nothing in. It's a stamp, and that's what I'm getting. That's it. Okay, I keep it basic. I let the MUAs do their job on set, and they be beating me down. But one thing I have been told by a lot of MUAs is that I have a face that's easy to go overboard on. I don't necessarily know what that means, but keep it little on me. Keep it little. I just wash, moisturize, drink some water, put on some foundation, girl. Little mascara.
And keep it simple. And NARS. Yes, NARS is tea. So when she mentioned NARS, their cream
Mm,
blush, if you're women of color, we're women of color. And we know that it is very hard for us to find blushes that complement our hues
mm,
because we come in an array of skin tones. And I know
absolutely.
for me, I love the pinks. I love the drama. I like lashes out to here. I contour, I highlight, I blush,
Shout
and
out
you
to
can
my
see it
mama because
tucked
she
to
love her
there.
some butterflies, girl. She love her some butterflies.
Yes. So I love the drama. And when they say go overboard, that's what they mean. Like add a little drama, a little depth. But
Yeah.
she already has it. It's natural beauty. She doesn't need a whole lot.
Listen,
And that's
shout out to my
key.
parents because these cheekbones right here, this is why I don't know how to contour because my parents gave me these things right here and they do the work. They do the work. The
Both
cheekbones still do the
apples.
work every time. That's it. I gotta keep it basic. Now when I learn how to do some stuff, I'm gonna try a little more. I have no problem getting beat down. Just know I won't be doing the beating.
She keeps it simple. And even at home, that's key. For my ladies out there that are watching, make sure that you are staying hydrated. So I'm glad you said drink water because that is something that we have to do.
It's
And
the
also make sure that you're getting matched up with the correct foundation shade. I'm glad I asked because I'm looking here at my tray and one of my favorite foundations is Chanel. I use
oh,
Chanel Ultra
and
Le
see, I
Tint.
always have to go in and ask. I need to be matched. I don't because I don't. Some of us are just blessed in the makeup space. You learned, you could look and see somebody and go and do it. Everybody don't got that, so I'm gonna go ask questions. I need to be matched. Let me see. I don't like the way that looks. And you say you like the pinks, and they work for you. I don't like the pinks, and so when it comes, and that's why when it does come to putting some stuff on, I'm gonna be very light because I'll be looking like homie,
Girl.
looking like homie.
You don't need it though. You're naturally beautiful, and then Dewy skin is definitely in. So that's why I asked. I'm like, what does she use on her skin? Her skin looks amazing in the photos, just glowing. Dewy skin is in. If you guys follow Pat McGrath,
Mhm.
Paris Fashion Week, that was a thing. Dewy, glossy skin, that skin that just glows and kind of shimmers. You
Mhm.
have that, and that is a beauty staple. So a lot of women are doing it. We want to glow. I mean, for me, who are some, and that was another question I wanted to ask you. Who are some of your beauty icons that you look up to? I know for me, I love Cardi B
Mm.
because whenever you watched one of her music videos, she goes
Oh,
over the top with
oh,
makeup,
amazing.
over the top with hair.
Hmm.
Um, Another would have to be, I'm gonna go back to the 90s. Um, and Kevin O'Quan worked with her, Janet Jackson.
Hmm.
A lot of the gold eyeshadow looks that I wear here on Style by Stevie are inspired by Janet mostly. Um, Another would have to be Mary J. Blige because Mary would
Oh,
overline her lips. She would put
Mary.
on a red lip, and the
Hmm.
My Life era,
I
definitely the
love
My Life era.
the natural beauty of Angela Bassett. I believe she's a vampire. Um,
Ooh,
which would like just when we talk about skin, the skin, just the natural beauty. Here, plug that
uh,
up. That's one over there. See, you got to put my baby to work. So yeah, we're gonna go Angela. Cardi's always flawless in her videos. I want to say, um, oh, oh. Naomi has always been. You watching the interview and not plugging up the thing? Plug it up. She Girl, we're gonna cut off. Plug us in. I want to say Naomi Campbell because she's always
oh,
I feel been one of those
Asians.
that just glows. That just glows. And Tyra has
Oh,
always been got that walk, and I feel like the way her stature and just her presence has always been amazing. We're not talking about personalities or nothing like that, but just like her presence has always been one where it's like you see her and she's absolutely a Barbie doll, absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and
those
can just
green eyes. It's those green eyes. And when she would line them and make them look smoky, and they would just pierce on magazine covers. I'm like, who is doing her makeup? And
uh-huh.
Kevin O'Quan, he's touched the faces of Diana Ross. He's touched the faces of Naomi Campbell. Did Grace Jones. He did Tina Turner. Who else did he work with? And I think he did Whitney Houston as well too. So I mean, these women, the thing about hiring a great glam, you got to make sure you have an amazing glam team. Hair, makeup, and it's costly, but you can do it right there in your home. And that's why YouTube University, as Kiara said, YouTube University is free. So if you want to learn how to do something, you go right on to YouTube. Uh-oh, we lost Kiara. She's gonna come back. But are y'all enjoying the conversation, Fashion Dolls? Are y'all enjoying the conversation? I hope you all are as I am. We are talking beauty now. And we're gonna get into Kiara's project, Tears of a Hustler 3. So let me see if she's still in here. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? And I dropped y'all. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for the. Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? And I dropped y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. All right. And we're back. Ooh. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? I apologize about that. I dropped y'all. Oh, okay. And y'all can see the makeup a little bit better. Okay. Get into that lighting. Get into that lighting. Let me set you back up on the tripod here. Let me see if Kiara is back. Okay, she's back. Wait a minute. I just tried to invite her. Okay. Um, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Give me some hearts if you can. And again, I apologize about that. I was like, where is my phone? Where did it drop to? That's crazy. But we didn't even really get into her project. She has another project coming soon, Tears of a Hustler 3. So I'm going to try to add Kiara back. Let me send her the live. Let's see if that'll work. Thank you, Chrissy. How are you, my love? How are you? And I think her phone might have died. Hopefully it should work. Hopefully it should work this time. Oh, it's not letting me invite Chrissy. It's not letting me, not Chrissy. It's not letting me invite Kiara. I was looking at the names. If you're on your laptop, it might not work and it might not be updated. But if you're on your phone, you might be able to do it. So in the meantime, while we're waiting on Kiara to come back, Fashion Dolls, did you guys enjoy some of the conversation already? We got into beauty. We got into our favorite actresses, our beauty icons. And now you know a little bit about what's in my makeup tray, because I showed you guys my makeup tray as well, too. While I'm waiting on Kiara, I'm going to go through and give y'all a little tour. Y'all have seen some of it. Y'all have seen some of the fragrances and stuff. But what's in my makeup tray? Do y'all want to see what's in my makeup tray? I'm going to show y'all. All right? I always try to keep everything, you know, at bay. I always try to keep everything at bay. So, okay, this is my makeup tray, y'all. So this is what's in my makeup tray. All right. Baby. This right here. The Patrick Star One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Beyonce swears by this. I'm telling y'all. Beyonce swears by this. I have no clue where my cellular water is. Where it dropped to. I see it now. Okay. And this is what I use to take off the face for the day, which is my Garnier micellar water with salicylic acid. And this is great if you have sensitive skin and if you have like skin that is acne prone. And I know I'm acne prone and I have sensitive skin. So this is my go-to. You don't even have to rinse. Just get you a cloth and put some on the cloth and just, you know the rest. All right. My favorite eyeliner, because I know you guys wanted to know, what is the secret? Okay, it is the LA Girl Hyper Cake liner, and you gotta dip the brush in water, and then you gotta swirl it around in the pomade, and then just flick, flick. That's how the eyes are always on point. Let me see if Kiara is back in the meantime. I still can't invite her. It still won't let me invite her back. So if you're on your laptop, it might not work, because I just tried to add her, and it's not letting me. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, girl. I was holding it down for you till you got back. But in the meantime, because I would love to bring Kiara back, I'm inviting you back for season 20, girls. So make sure y'all tune in. I was going through giving y'all a whole tour. And by the way, today's lip color is from Revlon, and the color is called That Girl. So it is Color Stay Suede Ink, if you guys are wondering. Make sure y'all go and follow her. Check out her project, Tears of a Hustler 3. Make sure y'all go and support her. And I'm going to leave you guys with some final words of encouragement to send y'all off on your way. We didn't even really get to talk about Soft Girl Era with Kiara, but we're going to do a part 2. And it was so great to be back. Joining me tomorrow, we have Ty Wayne Wheatley. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. But I want to leave you guys with these encouraging words to send you on your way. And then I dropped my phone, and y'all came down with me, and then I went down. That was funny. I'm keeping that. I want you guys to know that whatever you're going through in life, because we talked about it today with Kiara, about channeling and tapping into that space. Tap into it. I want you all to tap into something that you've never tapped into before. Go to a space you've never been at before. Go to a place that is uncomfortable. And I know a lot of us, we go through things in life where it's just like, no, I'm good here. I don't want to be. No, I cried this week. I cried and I just broke down and I talked to my mom about it. I had so much pent up frustration and I just could not hold it in. And I just broke down crying. I went for my morning walk because I've been exercising a lot lately. And I just put on a song. I think it was BB Winans' Stand, and I just bawled like a baby on the way. I just got choked up. And then I came back and I just let it all out. I cried. So you have to go to a place that is uncomfortable for you. And I want you to be aware and go to that space that is uncomfortable. And Kiara says she loves a good cry. Yes, y'all need to go check her out in action. Like she's the bomb.com girl. And I had such. The storm is over now. Does it for me every time. And another one that does it for me too, before we wrap, would have to be Yolanda Adams and This Too Shall Pass. That that takes me to a place where I'm very vulnerable and I feel safe. I feel at ease with her. And just her, because she sings the song so beautifully. And it gets me to a place where I'm like, I go back to my 8-year-old self. And what would I tell my 8-year-old self? Crying is strength. It does nourish you. And it's so therapeutic. Like getting it out of your system because you can't keep stuff bottled up inside is such a good feeling to be able to release it. And my mom says it. She just went for her walk because she said, I got to walk for my anxiety. So I'm encouraging each and every one of you to do something and go to that space you've never been before. And to also challenge yourself. Don't be afraid. Challenge yourself. Challenges can be scary, but I also want you guys to be vigilant in the process of it because change is coming. Change is coming for each and every one of us in our lives. It can be in our businesses. It can be in so many different things. And I want you to know that there are people out here who see that and they take that as you crying and you sharing your story can be a testimony to them and help them out as well too. Because there's a lot of people who hold on to things. We all hold on to things in some sort of way. And I think that it's key and crucial and important that we talk about it. Get it out there. Put it out there. And the way Kiara does it, and the way any actor that I've sat with here on my show, they go to that space where it's just like when that director or that producer says, okay, we want you to cry for this role. We want you to get seriously, passionate about it or intense. You have to go there. And she does it so immaculately. She's able to turn it on and turn it off. And when I saw her reel, I'm like, wow, she has such depth. And that's what makes a phenomenal actress. And Taraji P. Henson said it best. She said that, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm talking about emotion and the power of emotion. If you know, you know, before I close out. Uh, Taraji said, I won't do it if it doesn't scare me. And to anybody out there who feels as though, oh my God, I'm scared, I don't know how to, process or, take myself to a place where I've never been comfortable with going to. It can be scary, but it's a quote from Rihanna that I live by. And she says, sometimes you have to go through the chaos in order to get to the finish line. That's the final thought of the day, and that comes from Rihanna. She said that. So you have to focus on going through the chaos in order to get to that finish line. Don't be distracted and don't let distractions get in your way or hinder you or make you feel, inadequate because your feelings are valid to anybody out there. You're tapping into that role. You go to that space. Take a few minutes and I want you to close your eyes and process. And I know for me, when I get up in the morning, I do prayer and affirmations, and I also do my morning devotions. And those are three things that get me through. So for anybody that's watching me right now, I want you to all take a few minutes and process whatever it is. Just close your eyes for a minute. Because we always tell our kids what to close your eyes, imagine, and think about a big castle. You know, I remember at my grandmother's house when we were younger, um, my grandmother had this hill like on the top of her, yeah, in her yard. And we would always go up there and we would pretend it was a two-story mansion. It was big. It was a castle. It was an airport. It was everything. We just imagined. We would climb the trees and do all of that. Those are little things that I remember. So tap back into that inner child. And I think for us as grown-ups, there is nothing wrong with tapping into your inner child. And if you are an actor out here, you have to go to that space where you're tapping into your inner child. And I want you guys to remember that. So that's what I would close the show out with. Uh, what I also would tell you guys is to, yes, the most uncomfortable steps can bring the most broad growth. And I want you guys to know that as well too. Kiara just said it best. So I hope y'all are taking these gems. Let me share this with my colleagues and let them know that I'm on, because I know they were like, she ain't never gonna go live. She ain't never gonna go live. um, I would tell you all as well that going to a place in a process where it's like uncomfortable and scary, one of my guests, he said it so beautifully. Shout outs to Jason. Jason said, you have to go through the ugly to get through the beautiful. And he used me as an example. He said, okay, you gotta look a little like me, you gotta look rough. That's how he said it. And you gotta look like Miss Stevie up here, beautiful. Because I was glammed to the nines, how I'm glammed today. And he said that you have to go to a space in order to get to the beautiful. You have to go through that ugly. Trust, as Kiara just said, the uncomfortable steps can bring the most broad growth to anybody out there. And trust me, I've been in uncomfortable situations, but I don't know, I think it's the chameleon in me. We all have a chameleon of some sort. We blend into our, new settings. We blend into a new aspect of life. We blend into a new job position. And that change can strengthen us for something even more greater. So I don't want you guys to walk out feeling discouraged or left alone. I want you to always remember that you have something inside of you, and that is called that light, that intuition. We all have it. It's inside of us, and it's powerful. It's a powerful possession and a powerful tool. So for actors out there, for any actors, tap into that space. As Kiara said, just go there and sit in it for a few minutes. Sometimes you have to sit in it. As you're sitting there and you're reading your script, you're going to have to put yourself in that person's shoes. What would that person feel? What would that person want me to say? What would that person's emotions feel like processing? It's all of these different things that you have to think about when going into that character. Because you are no longer yourself. We are the authors, the editors, and the producers of our life. And nobody can take that story away from you. But it's important that you tell that character's story as well too. Okay, I have to charge up that one. But I also want you guys to be mindful. I want you all to be mindful. I want you all to be encouraged. I want you all to feel great about yourselves. And that is what I'm going to close the show off with. So, Fashion Dolls, thank y'all all so much for tuning in with me and my beautiful, very special guest, Kiara Rashawn. And I need you guys to go and check out Tears of a Hustler 3 on Tubi. Make sure y'all go and check it out. And I will see y'all tomorrow with Ty Wayne. Take care, everybody. And head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie. Now, I'm going to be on a little hiatus in and out. And what I mean by that is we're going to have shows some days, and then some days we're not going to have shows. So we will be back. Just know that. But Monday we have Rashida Randall joining me. So make sure you guys tune in. We have some more special guests. And I'm going to bring Kiara back for part 2. So it'll be sooner, either this week, since I have openings for next week, we can do a part two, and I'll reach out to her about it. And also, make sure you guys tune in November 28th. I'm going to be going on my girl Faith is the Substances podcast. I'm going to be going on her show, so make sure y'all tune in November 28th, and this will be the day after Thanksgiving. So you're getting your Thanksgiving treat. You can eat all the turkey, all the stuffing and stuff you want, and then you get me for dessert November 28th. How's that? I'll be telling my life story. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And Ty Wayne Wheat will be joining me tomorrow as well too. Hi, Ty Wayne. And a very special thank you to the beautiful Kiara Rashawn. Girl, we have to go shopping or go out for drinks or something. Just definitely let me know. And I'm going to have her back on the show. Again, season 20. We've already got guests lined up for January 2026. We will be back. I have a date, but I'm not going to drop it just yet because we still got a whole few more years to go in 2025. We got, let's see, November, December. 2 more years, y'all. And then that'll be it. So come on. Let's get it. And I love y'all. Be fierce, be fabulous, challenge yourself. And I want you guys to also make sure that you're being gentle to yourself as well too. Y'all take care.